Hi lads, this is my match reaction to Chelsea 4, Everton 0. Pretty awful display from the Blues today. Weren't at it from minute one to minute end, unfortunately. Chelsea outplayed us in every department. The game didn't really start very well. Obviously, they were on the front foot. They had a chance in the first couple of minutes of Mason Mount, but a good save from Jordan Pickford. But they wanted it more than us today. We were just poor in every department, and I think it's a big wake-up call for Carlo Ancelotti in relation to certain players who played in that team today. I'm not going to name them because I don't think it's very fair for me to out players and make them accountable for their performance, but I think they know who they are today, and I think we know who they are, and I think if Brands and Ancelotti get their own way in the summer, then players will be gone from this club. We need players now who are going to take us forward as a club. The first goal, unfortunately, Tom Davis switches off for a couple of seconds and Mount punishes him. I thought there was a massive difference between the quality of Mount, Davis and Gilmour in the middle of the park, and even Ross Barkley. We managed to make Ross Barkley look like Zidane today, I thought. Tom just looked out of his depth, unfortunately. I like Tom Davis. He's an Everton fan. He's different, which is good. Nothing wrong with being different. But he's just not good enough for Everton Football Club, unfortunately. And unless he gets a move in the summer, a loan, or even a transfer, he's never going to be able to develop as a player. Unfortunately, this is not Tom Davis's fault. He's been poorly developed as an Everton player, past regimes, and I hate coming back to past regimes, but we're still feeling the effects of the Walsh-Koeman era. And I know a lot of people might not want to hear that, but it's the truth. There's players on that pitch today who are part of the Walsh and Koeman era who are just not good enough for Everton Football Club. The second goal proves that. Michael Keane, what is he doing? Unfortunately, he goes to step up at the same time as Sidibe as well. Again, poor defensively. Looking at his performance the last couple of weeks now, I was all set for keeping him a couple of weeks ago. But right now, and if I'm being honest with you, going forward, he's not the answer. Today, he was just so poor on the ball, like giving the ball away all the time, his control, letting the ball run out of play. I just thought he was dreadful. I thought him and Michael Keane for that second goal just summed up Everton's performance, in my opinion. Like, it was just Sunday League defending from professional footballers, and it was dreadful. I'm trying to be as nice as possible to certain individuals, but I'm just finding it very, very, very tough. Some of the mistakes, some of the decision making today was absolutely awful. Awful, honestly. It was laughable at times. It was absolutely laughable. We come into the second half. Ross Barkley, Gylfi Sigurdsson come together. Ross Barkley comes out with the ball because he wants it more. Gylfi Sigurdsson, honestly, how is he getting a game for Everton Football Club? Like, we've got a young lad sitting there on the bench in Anthony Gordon. He'd give anything to wear that shirt, anything. And I'm sorry today, but Gylfi Sigurdsson didn't try as an Everton footballer. He did not try at all. And I can't have performances like that. I can't have performances where players don't try. I can accept getting beat. No, not accept getting beat, but I can take getting beat if you're the better team. Today, we didn't win the game because there was a lack of effort. And I don't really like to out players, and I've said that before, but he was dreadful. Gylfi Sigurdsson, and it's not the first time this season. I was speaking before to a few mates, and I can't actually remember him having a good game since Brighton last season at home, when he was really, really good against Brighton at Goodison. I think we ended up winning 2-1. And this is where Ancelotti has to take a bit of the blame, to be honest with you. I don't really want to criticise Ancelotti because it's not his players, but he's playing. We're not going to get in Europe now. Europe's out the window. He needs to start looking towards players who he's going to see in his squad for next season And Gylfi Sigurdsson, in my opinion, isn't one of them. There's a few in there, not just Gylfi Sigurdsson. There's a few in there who I wouldn't have for next season. For me, you've got to have one of the heart to play for Everton Football Club. And there's a few in that team who just haven't got the heart to play for Everton. The fourth goes in. I wasn't surprised at all. Poor Markham from Holgate. It's probably his worst game in an Everton shirt in the past 2-3 months. He's been brilliant. I don't worry about Mason. Don't worry about Mason at all, because I know he's got a bit about him as a footballer, but he's got to learn to... It probably doesn't help the person he's got next to him. I don't understand why Mina didn't play today. It bemused me a bit. But Mason will come back a better player after today. He'll probably learn a lot. Playing against Giroud, who I thought was excellent. I thought Ross Barkley was excellent for them, and also Gilmore in the middle of the park. I don't think that was down to us. I think that was down to us more than them being very good. Like I said at the very start of the video, they were 5 points ahead of us at the start of the game, but they looked about 25 points ahead of us. There was no positives from today, apart from Jordan Pickford. I've been one of his biggest critics, but I thought today he come out of it with a bit of pride. I thought he was the only player really could hold his hand up and say, I did everything I could today. I know a lot of people have questioned his first goal. I don't really buy that. I don't think he could do anything about it. If it was right in the corner, if it was a good finish from Mount. Looking forward to getting to the summer now. We need a summer now. We need a summer to get rid of some of this rubbish. I know people might think, oh yeah, we're not in Europe, so we're not going to get them, but we can. We've got the right manager, director of football. What people have to understand, unfortunately, at the moment, we're still feeling the effects of the Koeman-Walsh era, and we will until we get some of the crap out, unfortunately. So, got to keep the faith with Carlo Ancelotti. One bad result doesn't make him a bad manager. Let's get to the summer. Let's get to the summer now as a club. Get this summer, get a few new players in, get a few players who we don't want out, and I think we'll be okay next season. We've just got to keep the faith with the regime we've got at the moment. There's going to be changes, and we've got to accept, as a club, there's going to be changes in the summer. As long as we keep hold of our best player, who is Richarlison, by a mile, we've got to build our team around him, and he's the cog in this team, in my opinion. We've just got to have faith in Brands, Ancelotti, to do the right thing, and we'll be fine. But today, probably not a bad thing for Carlo to see what was in front of him. I don't ever like getting beat, but if it can make us a better team in the long run, I'd rather that happen. But let us know what you think. Yeah, bit of a deflating day, but we just got to go into the derby next week. We just got to go for them. They're there for the taking. I know they're going to be crowned champions in a couple of days or a couple of weeks, whatever it is. But we've got to get stuck into them. You can see teams who go for them are there for the taking. So, yeah, let us know what you think, and keep watching the videos. And, yeah, just one of those days at the office, unfortunately. See you later. Ta-ra.